Hey, welcome back, Ivan Wakefield YouTube channel, where I have just completed reading the first book of my 3-book series, Babe in the Woods, Building a Life One Log at a Time. This is a book I wrote about when I was 18 and I went into the Oregon wilderness and built a log cabin by hand, which I still own today and I still maintain today. Tonight, or the next time, we're getting into the second book, Babe in the Woods, self-portrait, that takes off like when I'm in my 19 and 20s. I had this opportunity where I could go to college and then stay at my cabin rent-free. Took advantage of that. So this book, Self-Portrait, takes you into my life at the cabin, where I'm developing as an artist and still learning to live alone on the property. Before we get into that, I just want to do a little housekeeping. If you haven't met my boys before, this is Zachary, and he is a 12-year-old rescue dog. And he is also a registered therapy dog. And this is Henry, and he's 14, and he's a Cherokee, and he's totally deaf. But they hang out with me here. But after tonight, we're going to go down to my studio where I work. I'm a professional artist and an active artist, to read from the second book. So our scene is going to be changing. One thing I wanted to tell you is that even though Arturo and I are doing these YouTube channels and podcasts, the books, all my books, are available on ACX Audio by the incredible actor-narrator Kay Webster. So when I read from my books, I'll stop and I'll explain things and whatever, but Kay reads it straight from the book. So if you want a more direct approach to the story without my ad-libbing and talking about my dogs or whatever else I do, go to ACX Audio, and Kay Webster does a fantastic job. The one thing I don't think I mentioned in the first introduction of this YouTube channel is I also wrote another book, and it's Suitcase Filled with Nails, Lessons Learned from Teaching Art in Kuwait. This is a book I wrote about the 6 years I spent teaching as an art professor at Kuwait University to Muslim women. It's a good read. So if you're interested in other works by me, check this out. And I think Arturo, my producer, and how I got involved with him. His daughter has been a student of mine for 11 years now. And he was at one of my readings and he said, "You need to have a YouTube channel." And I said, "Well, I don't know how to do that." So a couple weeks later, he came up and he said, "Let's get this going." So I guess we're going to start, and Arturo's going to talk to me right now about how we did this and where we're going with it. Ready, Arturo? You got to knock a dog around. Now you all get to see Arturo. Isn't he a cute little pumpkin pie? You got your face in there?
Yeah, I think I am. I have my face in there. So, yeah, very exciting. I think one of the reasons that I remember, but the very reason why I started doing this, Monica went to a trip, remember? And she was in a place with no internet, and she got your books. So she had to read. She got your books, but I never had the chance because she's always busy. And when you have internet, you have people messaging and sending you. The internet is very destructive. Mm-hmm. So she was in a place with no internet, and she finished this book. And then she told me, "Oh my God, I feel so bad because Yvonne gave me these books, but I never had the chance to read them. They are super cool." And she was talking about I think a lot of people need to get to know these books in a different format. And I think a YouTube channel will be good. What a better idea. If Yvonne actually reads them, the book from the author. Not a lot of writers will have the opportunity to actually showcase the work directly to the people. I mean, you don't hear.
Well, and I do it raw too, so I stumble a lot. I mean, none of this when we record it has been edited. It's raw.
Yeah.
And I stumble.
But you're natural. You're another thing that I want to say why I think Ivonne is a very white animal. She acts like she's like, well, you were like 25, right? How old are you?
20. No, I'm 28 now.
28.
I'm 28.
Yeah, well, she has like 18 years old because last year, I mean, do you do that every year? That you go to the river when it's like 40 degrees?
Oh, I was out there this Sunday.
How cold was it?
The river was 42. The air temp was 29. There's ice on the river.
Yeah. Those things you don't see people doing that, and I think I admire you because the people that has been following you have discovered how like the decisions you were taking in your life, and you're like a self-made woman. And people that haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. It's a very exciting, way to listen to a book from the source. And you have a wonderful life. You have a very colorful life. I really invite you to follow the books, to listen to the podcast, to kind of go into this adventure with Ivonne. That is,
and it changes all the time because we do these kitchen.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
We do these kitchen sink tales, like over at my sink, where I just talk about something that has happened this week, and it's fun. It's eclectic.
Yeah, I think we have done some interviews with some fellow artists, some people that in the community. Another thing that I find very easy for you is to be in front of the camera. You're natural. You don't like shy. You are exactly the same Ivonne that is,
He's
with the
right.
camera.
That's like who I am.
It's the same.
Maybe you should edit me on the camera.
There is no filter with Ivonne. The whiskey is real. The drink is real. Every chapter is always I learn more about your life through your books, because they are like, how do you call that? Biographic, autobiographic? How do you call that?
Yeah,
like,
biography.
Yeah, it's about your life.
Well, it's a memoir.
A memoir. Yeah. So yeah.
But so one thing that he does is he uses AI, and I won't touch AI. So when he does some of my things, he puts these AIs in there, and like I'll talk about a truck or something, and he'll have a different truck that's not in my story.
So some of my assistants do that kind of stuff. I have more people working.
Like, and I talk about cabinets, or a cabinet or a shelf in the cabin, like it's rustic, and you'll put in like this thing from IKEA. I'm like, AI.
Yeah, well, in order for you guys to digest some of the book, because not a lot of people actually go and listen to a 20-minute or like 15-minute reading, I think we pick their curiosity by showing a little bit of the book, so they will go and listen to the whole chapter. And I think that's the reason why we have those little shorts that we share in the channel. But yeah, there is so much stuff to know about Ivonne, to learn about Ivonne. She's doing crazy things all the time. You do biking, you do golfing. What else you do?
Oh, I just joined a bowling
There you
league.
go, bowling league.
And my wrist is so sore today, and I couldn't move my fingers.
You're rescuing dogs that are orphans.
Yeah.
What else?
Well, you'll see one of the pups I rescued probably next time.
That probably.
I've been fostering pups. Our local shelter is full. It's winter here, and people are leaving these animals out in boxes in front of the shelter. So since mid-December, I've been fostering pups.
Yeah, so it's like a lot of stuff. We're gonna keep sharing this sing stories, sing tales that are very little vignettes about what happened in your life. I think the dog one was very good received by your viewers. The Bear was the name of the dog? His
adopted name was Bear, or his name was Bear when I fostered him. Spoiler alert, I adopted him. So I went from 2 dogs to 3 dogs.
But you have he has a second mom, right?
I'm kind of co-puppying with somebody.
Co-parenting.
So he's he'll be here next time. But yeah, I mean, I went from 2 dogs to 3 dogs, and they were all on the landing the other night. And I went, I can't deal with 3 dogs. And I went, if you squished them all together, they'd be like one 45-pound dog. So I put that into my mental picture, and I went, I can deal with this. But then they'll have their own potty schedules. And blah, blah, blah.
All right, so subscribe to the channel. I'm very happy to be producing this amazing artist.
Buy the books.
Buy the books. Share the books with share the links with your friends. Invite them to the channel to listen to what Ivonne is narrating, and with every single book. I'm very happy to be producing this. The dogs are happy when I can, because that's the only time they have the opportunity to sit here.
To sit on the red couch.
So I'm a very welcome individual here in this house, because
Good boy.
good boy. Thank you. Subscribe and okay, what is it? You have the drink.
Oh, the drink. So yeah, so the other thing I always do is stay hydrated. It's winter now. I mean,
let me get my beer.
And I always have a beer. He has 1 beer, and I always have a beer ready for him.
Let's do this.
I'm not a beer drinker.
Ready for the next book. So let's stay hydrated.
Do we need to advertise your?
No, we don't have to. Salud. I almost spilled my beer.
We'll see you downstairs in the studio for Babe in the Woods. Self-portrait.
Self-portrait. Bye.
See you later.
See you later.
See you downstairs.